Gang music.
Gucci. I'm sorry, Gucci. That's how we gonna do it. Gucci. Hip Hop Zone Radio. You know what it is, y'all. It's your man, Bless the Party Sparker. This is Wealth Wednesdays. Man, I love this conversation right now. I love what we talking about right now, man. Shout out to my man, Bartholomew Jones. Cxffee Black, a.k.a. Cxffee Black. Make sure you check him out. CxFFeeBlack.com. CXFFEEE. I'm sorry, EE. BLACK. Got a little carried away just now. You know what it is, y'all. Yo, I gotta say, man, like, with all the stuff you doing, I'm loving it. Big shout out to Big shout out to, let's see, I gotta pull it up again. 100. We had 101 countries. Shout out to 101 countries. 97,863 people checking us out right now. Big up, y'all. This is Cxffee Black in the building with us right now on Wealth Wednesdays. Talking about building up, actually taking a slice out of something that was stolen from us and used to build up our communities in different areas in so many different, on so many different levels in so many different ways, yo. Like the mentorship program you just told me about, that's man, so we have a lot of cats on here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that we've had on Wealth Wednesdays. No disrespect to anybody at all. I appreciate everybody that's ever come on, but never have I ever been like, yo, you got to support this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a really, like I mentioned earlier, this is a paradigm shift that you're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of cats in the hood that are like, they don't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't sound like work.
It's no. I'm not even talking about on that level. It's they don't want no parts of it because that's a white boy thing.
Yeah.
No.
It's Starbucks, they made it a white boy thing. So what I'm saying is, as far as a paradigm shift, you are, like you said, taking it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, it ain't, like you said, make it weird for it to be, and it ain't no racist, no crazy shit I'm saying. But in a lot of cats in the hood, it's like, yo, that's some white boy shit, bro. You going to get a cappuccino?
They suffer from the Starbucks syndrome.
Exactly. So this don't need to be a Starbucks syndrome. This needs to be, you know what I'm saying, a Pan-African movement. But go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you speak.
Nah, it don't need to be a Starbucks syndrome. It needs to be an our Bucks syndrome. We need that back. Yeah. We need that. We need them bucks back.
We introduce coffee to the world, and people don't know that.
Yep.
So that being said, I wanted to ask. Well, I didn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Legacy DC. You know what I'm saying? They checking us out right now. They wanted to know, what kind of pushback have you received from some of the larger coffee makers in the game?
Listen, bro, like when we really popped was 2020. That's when, you know, I've been pushing the music and stuff, but again, it was kind of like local. And we started to get some international support. Top of 2020, I got listed as like one of the Sprudge 20. Sprudge is like this coffee publication. It's kind of like the coffee XXL, right? So like I was like the coffee version of being in the freshman class. So they selected me as like part of that top of 2020. And you know, so we had some notification, but I remember, you know, 2020 was a crazy year for the world. And when George Floyd was assassinated, I was just online, like feeling away. You know, it was like everybody was feeling away. And I remember I was thinking about how all these folks were like, oh, I'm so confused. Like, I don't get it. And I was like, bro, you ain't even put no energy in to understand. Like, but it was so hypocritical because I would watch these baristas, you know, being a former barista and a coffee nerd, like pay all this attention to understand the elevation that the coffee's grown at, the moisture level of the different seeds, and the density of the bean, and the processing of the coffee, and the different areas that the coffee's grown in, and the terroir. And I'm like, y'all did a lot of research just to understand something that eventually you're going to consume and then piss out. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing a lot of research on this black coffee, and you don't put no energy into black people, though. Like, if you put 10% of the energy you put into understanding how to appropriately interact with this seed of black coffee, like, you put 10% of that into understanding the seeds of black people and what we've been through, like, the world will be a real better place. So I put this tweet out, and it said, love black people like you love black coffee. Yeah, it was just like a post, you know what I mean? I was feeling away. And that just kind of started to go crazy. Like, folks was like,
I want one of them.
Yes, sir. We got them on the site. That's we got a lot of those. So that's on the website. And I remember people was like, they said the same thing, like, I need that. And I wasn't even really trying to sell nothing. So we was just starting out. I was like, shoot, I don't even really have a heat press. You know, I would have to do drop shipping, which cuts into your bottom line a lot. And one of my OGs, shout out Ruslan, was like, you should do a pre-order campaign. So I was like, we did a pre-order campaign. I was trying to sell 20. Bruh, by the end of the day, we sold 200. Then by the end of the month, we sold like 1,500. You know what I mean? And at this point, we sold over 2,000 of those shirts and, you know, various apparel with that on it. And it's like, man, like that piece right there, a lot of larger coffee companies actually saw that as an opportunity for them to hop on the bandwagon. So then yeah, big coffee companies buying 20, 30, 40 shirts for their employees. Like, look, we rocking with the movement. Like, we support George Floyd. Like, we support black people. The interesting thing is like, you get exposed if you're not really about that life. So I remember we had one barista reach out to me, and he was like, hey, fam, this dude got your shirt on, but they wildin'. So I hit them folks up, and I was just like, yo, like, what's up? Like, I just got this email from this barista. Like, y'all purchased our shirts before, but like, you know what I mean? According to him, like, it's always two sides to a story, but according to him, like, you know, y'all been treating him pretty poorly. And we were able to find some degree of like resolution with it. But I think it's been interesting because we don't get public pushback because we live in a world with social media. So from large corporations, it's really these folks getting exposed online, and they trying to find something to do about it. So they go cop a shirt. You know what I mean? They cop some coffee. Like, hey, you know, I can't be racist. I bought this shirt from, you know, what you know, we support.
They're trying to be politically right. Like, okay, hey, look, Coffee Black. Hey, we rocking with Coffee Black. We
But
good.
that's what they do, and ain't that what they do?
They
move next door. They move next door to you to prove that they're not racist, but at the same time, they're trying to get you put out.
That's hard. So that's what I noticed. Is I just noticed people slowly imitating, but they can't really imitate the originator. You know what I mean? Like, I'll see people not publicly like push back. I'll just see them slowly start to kind of like take stuff out of our playbook. Cause I move coffee like I used to move music. Like, I just found, hey, I'm a young black man. I'm trying to do something positive in my community. Buy my mixtape. That was a hard sell. You feel me? Like, I might get one person out of 100 to buy my CD. But if I say, hey, I'm a young black man trying to do something positive in my community, buy my bag of coffee, like, oh, now we're doing 10 out of 20. You know what I mean? Like, the metrics is better because it's the market is not oversaturated. So I feel like I see a lot of other companies kind of like, to some degree, this is what we wanted, right? We wanted to make it weird not to include black culture in what you do. And so now, you know, other companies, you know, and I can't do nothing but be happy about it, I guess. It starts to become like where they start to do more black adjacent things, I suppose, that they're trying to be more culturally congruent with the way that they move. But we feel, you know what I mean? So I think I've seen that. And then I see individual pushback on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, emails, like people writing us angry emails. I'm white. Can I even drink your coffee? And I'm like, yo, some of my best friends are white. What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, money is green, bro. Of course we want you to support our business. We're saying we want you to support a black business. We want everybody to support a black business, and as many as they can. It would be stupid for me to be like, oh, we're a black business, so we only want black people to spend money with us. The issue is people don't spend money with black businesses.
So let me ask you, because actually, shout out to it's I know it's Imhotep, but it's Hotep. Shout out to Hotep on IG. You know what I mean? That was actually his question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you make it so that, or how do you basically set up to where you're able to get following in black areas? I can't find the text no more. But basically,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? How do you get supported by black people?
I mean, everybody, I would say 95% of our company is black. You know what I mean? So there's that already. We're in a black, our physical location's in a black neighborhood. But you know, black people, we're not a minority globally. You feel me? We are here in this country, but globally, black and brown people make up the majority of the human beings on the planet. So I think for us, it's more of a question of how do we not have black people support? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that as soon as you show black people what we're doing, it's a 9 out of 10. They rocking with it. Like, I've never really had black people be like, I'm not. And part of that is because we're bringing quality coffee. I alluded earlier to like the poor quality of coffee. Coffee scored from the score of 1 to 100. And most coffee that's commodity grade coffee that you're drinking in the grocery store is like a 60. You feel me? Out of 100 on the score. They have basically the coffee equivalent of a sommelier. It's called a Q grader. They give coffee these scores based on flavor profiles and stuff. Like, our coffee is like, it's an 80, 86, I believe, that we sell. So we already, when you taste it, it's just like, growing up, I used to not like steak, right? Because my pops was like, he was like, well done, everything. And then I started getting on the locally raised, grass-fed, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, steak is fire, right? Like, it just, when you get the quality stuff, you realize what you used to not like, you ain't actually not version of it. You didn't like the version of it. So when people try our coffee, they're like, actually, this actually has flavor to it, because coffee is a fruit. It's the seed of a fruit. So it has these fruity notes, and it's a lot going on in there. So that's one. Then two, like we do a lot of like, not free stuff, but we do a lot of like free samples. So we take the Sam's method, where I like, hey, if you don't like it, you ain't gotta, I will give you a refund. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like it, like, hit me up, I'll give you your money back. And people try it, and then they're like, once they try it, it's like, whoa, I didn't know coffee could even taste like this. So like, the black community, a lot of times we just haven't been exposed to quality coffee, at least in America. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the coffee we get is this really poor, trashy, cockroach full, pesticide sprayed stuff. And then of course you don't like it. I didn't like it growing up. You know what I mean? Like, but the good stuff, the African stuff, the pure stuff, like, it's a different conversation. So I think that's two. And then three, I would say, like, we do a lot of work on social media. Like, I think the fact that we are a hip hop based company, the way we move, the way we talk about stuff, and the sounds, the music that you hear, you probably hear the music before you see me. You know what I mean? So it's like, all of that puts us in a position to where people kind of open to, like, I already connect with the music, the energy, the dialect, the lingo, the culture. So now we bringing coffee to the conversation. People like, yeah, let me try that. You know what I mean? And I think we've seen a lot of growth on different social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok. Not Instagram, not so much anymore, because I feel like the algorithm's kind of stuck. But TikTok has been crazy, bro. Like, tapping into these Pan-African diaspora conversations, and then bringing in coffee to that conversation as a possible solution for some of the problems we're discussing as a community. Like, people have been supporting like crazy, bro. So I would say right now, our customer base is like 40% black, 60% other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which for the United States, the United States is like 13% black. So we're doing better than.
Oh, I hope we ain't lose you, bro. You kind of froze out, but I did want to get some questions. You know what I'm saying? I got some other people on here. I don't want to bogart the show. It is my show, but I will allow.
It's all right. We know how to kick you off.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro, Pete. Hey, anybody that want to ask questions, I do want to allow, you know what I'm saying, others to get in on the conversation. If you got a question, you know what I'm saying, shout out to everybody on IG. I'm checking IG right now, but I do want to allow everybody to get on the Zoom link on power357radio.com to ask this brother any questions you got.
I do want to ask him this though.
Go ahead,
Have you ever
Fluffy.
thought about transitioning into the African teas, or you just want to stick with the coffee?
So I didn't talk about this, but our coffee currently, Gucci Mane has an all black supply chain, which means that the grower, the exporter, the coffee scientist, the Q graders, the importer, the roaster, of course, my wife, and the baristas, the homies who brew it, and the rappers who are associated with our company, who kind of share the information in the community. Everybody's black. The reason for that is because if we want to reintegrate the wealth from this $200 billion industry, we need to integrate our people at all points along the supply chain. Because if we only stuck here at the bottom, right, with the roasting, and stuck at the top with the brew, with the growing, a lot of that money is with the middlemen, right? So we need to integrate black people alongside the whole thing. So we've secured that for our coffee Gucci Mane. And you can get this product at coffeeblack.com. Put an X for the Ogo, Cxffee Black. My goal is that all of our products have an all black supply chain by 2025. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to do less is more right now. Like, there's a lot of stuff we could get into, but I'm trying to really be intentional about my supply chain before I put it to market. Because when it pops, I feel like we got a good set of supporters. So generally when we introduce new products, they buy it. But I'm like, if we're going to move money, I wanted to, some Dr. Boyce Watkins and Clyde Anderson. I wanted to move on a Powernomics tip. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to move inside the community a couple times before it go out. And that means so right now with the tea, I'm currently looking to find black partners, preferably the same people we buy our coffee from, Mike Mamo and Ture Waji in Ethiopia. We're looking to get into something called cascara, which is the hull of the tea, or the fruit that grows around the coffee cherry or around the coffee seed. They dry that, create a tea from it. And so they have to purchase a new, it's called a depulper, but they have to purchase this piece of equipment before we can get into that. So I'm kind of letting them work and seeing if we can move on that here in the next couple of years. But I am definitely interested. We have a lot of people who ask us about teas, and I'm kind of getting more into tea myself. I'm kind of a tea newbie. Like, I'm with it. I know I'm with it, but I'm kind of new getting into tea. But I really enjoyed it for the medicinal benefits. So yes, we're interested. No, we don't have one right now. I'm just looking for the right supply chain situation so I can make sure that we can vet everybody that's in there, But I'm definitely in.
Go ahead, Lucky.
Oh no, hey, I appreciate that answer, because I'm definitely more of a tea guy. I'm a medicinal tea guy all the way around internationally. But I respect coffee, what it do for people, and I definitely respect everything you said on the show thus far, and then some. And I've seen your work. I've seen you guys way before Bless said that you was going to be on the show. So I was like, wow, that's impressive.
Hold on. Why you gotta? I'm saying I played a part in this, bro. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, that's just amazing. I was gonna ask, kind of going into what piggybacking up what Pro P asked is, how does someone reach out to you for like collaborations? Like, do y'all have trade lines? I've seen the store, I've seen the merch, I've seen the Shopify, I've seen the Instagram, I've seen the social media. Do you have trade lines that you can help people in your community build up their credit while being able to exchange these different products with you guys and building your community?
Yeah, I think right now, one of the homies, Mamo, he said this. He said, he's from Baltimore, right? He's Ethiopian dude, but he's from Baltimore. I ain't gonna say nothing about the Baltimore accent. We're gonna move past that. But he's from Baltimore. And he told me, he was like, I was asking about Pan-Africanism. He was like, well, I believe that, like, I'm from Baltimore, so I care about Baltimore more than I care about LA, right? I'm from Memphis. I care more about Memphis than any other city. Not against it, that's just where I'm from. But if I can get Memphis straight, then it's like, boom, in another city coming up, then we can work together, right? Because I'm straight, I got my house together, so then we can collaborate and build. And then once we start moving the Black community here locally, like in the US moves, we can work with other Black communities. So my move is, like, right now, we're still kind of a young company. Before I start getting into like franchising or things like that, I want to do something where our company and my immediate community is straight. Like, we're looking for a permanent brick and mortar. We're trying to solidify our supply chain. And now we're doing our first round of investors. So we have allowed some private investors to kind of come in. A lot of people reached out earlier and I told them no, because I wanted to really be able to build this ourselves without people being able to tell me what I can and can't say. But now we kind of have a presence now. And yeah, I want to kind of get all that straight before we move on to bringing other people in, because I don't want to bring nobody into a burning house right now. Like, it's growing, but if you know anything about entrepreneurship, too much growth too fast can almost be worse than no growth. You know what I mean? But definitely be on the lookout, bro. I think in the next 2 years, 2 to 5 years, like, we're gonna have some interesting opportunities for people who are like, yo, I know how to move product. I'm not in Memphis, so I can't be no direct employee, but I'm looking for you to kind of send me a package and let me work with it. So be on the lookout. Like, it's coming soon. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be coming soon. But I got another year or two where I'm really trying to build out our supply chain and make sure that the whole team is rock solid. And we got to build the war chest up. That's what one of my OGs, Martin Mayorga, says. He actually gave me the idea for the all black supply chain. He's Latino, and he was like, "Yo, everybody in our supply chain is Latino, so we make sure we eat all the way through." And I was like, that's actually really hard. I want to do that for the black community. But yeah, he always tells me, like, bro, you got to build your war chest up, because you never know when you're going to have to go to battle. And so you got to, you know what I mean? You got to get ready. So once we get everything, boop, 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 then it's going to be time to be like, all right, cool. We're going to start mobilizing.
All right.
So let me ask you, go ahead. I'm sorry. Anybody else got anything to say?
Well, I was going to say, but I do like a small mentorship program through our Patreon. So, you know, you can at least $5 a month, and I do these weekly calls where pretty much anything you want to know, I'm gonna let you know. Like, if you want to know who's your supplier for green coffee, I'm letting you know how you do it. I'm like, I'm an open book. I just put like a little barrier between it because I don't want no ops in there. You feel me? So
Right.
yeah, but we do that on the Patreon. So if you want to get jiggy with that, like, definitely hop in, bro. I'm an open book offline, you know.
All right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, no, I respect that. That was a good answer, and your homie who gave you advice about the war chest is smart. And that's what I meant. And when I said trade lines, I forgot you're doing supply chain. So that means a lot of things. But I was like, pretty much for the people in your community, like, you know how Starbucks and everything and all that at Whole Foods, you mentioned Whole Foods and other different stores, they have their own credit card that they can offer for the products. So it's like it teaches people the importance of credit, but you'll be using your products, your merchandises, even the subscription for the mentorship. All of those can be pretty much umbrella under that what you're already doing. But now, not only that, it's helping build up one of the most important financial portfolios for any person and any minority, especially if you're going to be doing business in the States and internationally. And then on top of that, my follow-up question to you was going to be, you may or may not have considered it, but have you considered integrating NFTs as like access pass, like VIP pass, like to vet people, and then be able to get access to more quality products first? Like, hey, you guys get first dibs on this month's exclusive product because you have this access pass.
Yeah.
Do you have like a team?
I appreciate the enthusiasm, Lucky. You know what I'm saying? That was actually a couple of questions online. I just didn't know how to pose it the way Lucky did it so eloquently. If you don't mind, brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I gotta play this anyhow joint, and this anyhow joint got my homie in it. Shout out to Kara. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Kara. Hey, if you would, real quick, I just want you to bring this in real quick, and also, you know what I'm saying, give us a little drop. You know what I'm saying? It's Hip Hop Zone Radio. Yeah, what's up? Anyhow. Yeah, it's your boy Bartholomew Jones. This is Anyhow, produced by Milan Credo, featuring Milan Credo, Bartholomew Jones, Cara Rogers, Renata Rogers, and all the homies in the Coffee Black team. Y'all enjoy that joint. Rock out. You know what it is, y'all. It's Hip Hop Zone Radio. Bless the party, Sparker. This is Wealth Wednesdays. Let's go. Power357radio.com. Moving your music around the globe and across the fader, y'all. Keep it locked.